Hi there, I'm Susan Beyer, and this is Fun with Research. Thanks for joining me today. Last week, I talked to my agency followers about 3 different ways that you can make thought leadership work for you. And that really ties into this week's topic as well, again, for my agency folks out there. And today I'm talking about the dreaded Spec research request. Sometimes a prospect running an RFP or out looking for agencies will ask or imply that it would help a great deal if you had research into their market. And this is always difficult, I know, for agencies because, you want to get the work, but inevitably the whole spec research request throws everybody into a tizzy. First, because it's typically on a very short timeline, so you don't really have a lot of opportunity to give careful strategic thought to the research that you're doing. Secondly, it can be expensive, especially on that short timeline. And third, you don't know whether you're going to get the client or not and whether the whole thing is going to be a waste. So a lot of agencies really weigh this. I want to turn the concept of spec research on its head for you and maybe have you think about a different approach, which is to do research yourself ahead of the spec request. If you are working in a particular category, industry vertical, type of organization, and you know that that's business that you want to build, your ideal clients, then you should maybe think about doing some research on the front end that can benefit you with not just one prospect, but all of your prospects in a variety of different ways. So one of the things that doing your own thought leadership research in a space will allow you to do is dictate the timing and the topics that you explore. Which is really important, I think. If you're going to spend money on research, you might as well make the most use of it. It can give you information that's incredibly helpful with your clients, but it can also give you information that will allow you to develop thought leadership content to get you in front of prospects who can see when they look at you that you have expertise in this space. They don't need to ask for you to sort of scramble to do that kind of research. And then the other thing is that you can incorporate your clients and prospects in that space in the development of the research. And that gives you not only great access to respondents, but will give you the opportunity to go thank those clients and prospects later and show them what you learned, maybe give them some insight into how their people responded versus everybody else. And all in all, it becomes a much less frantic effort, a much more strategic effort, a much more helpful effort, and certainly a much better return on investment than spending research when you're not sure whether you're going to get that client or not. So maybe if this is something that happens to you periodically, you get asked for spec research, maybe think about whether your next initiative should be a thought leadership study in that space so that you are ready, you have research on hand, and you can also share it widely and not only deal with prospects who may have already found you, but identify some new prospects based on your thought leadership efforts. Hope that gives you something to think about. If you have any questions, let me know. We'll see you next Friday on Fun with Research. Bye.